This is a Sleepy Secret. Adventures in dining. Buckle your motherfucking seatbelt. Beep.
Well, you know, there's a plethora of things we could talk about, including but not limited to McDonald's? Question mark.
Are we gonna talk
Listen, hold on. Let's talk about how absurd McDonald's is.
I love how that's the only thing on your list, and you're acting like there's more on that list.
You go into McDonald's, you ask for a burger, and some ancient guy tells you, "We only got burgers." Get out of here.
I don't like McDonald's because while the food is unhealthy and tasty, and I haven't been to McDonald's in months, I just don't like the fact that I feel like I'm standing. When you're standing in line, you just feel like you're. It's like a cattle or something. Like you're just waiting in line for your.
It does kind of seem like the DMV sometimes. You get some grumpy ass people in that line.
Well, that being said, it's not that you don't like McDonald's. You don't like fast food.
I don't like fast food that much, and I don't like the atmosphere.
I do think I think it's also due to like context. Like before, there was all these options like Carl's Jr. and Burger King and Wendy's and all that. There was pretty much just McDonald's though, right?
Rallies.
We were talking about this.
Sonic.
Small
tangent. So you had to like McDonald's because it was the only fast burger you could get.
Small tangent. Do you guys know Culver's? I think it's a Midwestern thing. Culver's is great.
That is a Midwestern thing, just like Whataburger.
What the fuck is... What?
Whataburger.
Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Oh, yeah, Whataburger.
Yeah, it's Whataburger.
All right, not bad, not bad.
Whataburger.
You think the guy sitting at his desk and he was, what should I call it? Whataburger. And he felt really fucking smart.
You know what? They got good burgers there. They got In-N-Out Burger, too.
Are you sure it's not called Whataburger? Whataburger.
You know what? People say water in the Midwest, dick.
I think I'm just done eating at places with little kids, lots of little kids.
I'm not done with McDonald's. You know why? Because Big Macs are delicious, and you can get Big Mac sauce on anything for a low, low price.
When's the last time you've eaten at McDonald's?
Hey, when was the last time you went to Big Mac?
Like 2 weeks ago.
I walked through today. I did.
You walked through? You just did? Just for old times?
It's on Old York Road.
Oh. All right, never mind. Should we talk about...
Wait, it's on the road over there.
Why don't we talk about that fucking shithole Burger King up the road?
You right?
Oh, yeah. That shithole.
We can pause. We'll just cut it. You need some water?
Sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's okay. How's the levels on that?
This is a social experiment. I'm gonna see if I can sit through a podcast.
Oh yeah, we kicked Corey out of the podcast. He's in the background now because he talks too much.
He's in a timeout.
He's in the penalty box.
So should we start the whole thing over? We didn't really talk about much yet.
Huh?
We can start off with God, I have a fucking kick in my
We were just about to talk about why Burger King is so shitty up the road.
Oh yeah, Burger King. Well, Burger King's shitty everywhere.
Let's talk about what you found in the burger.
Oh yeah, I found a sandwich tie in one of my Whoppers once.
Wait, what?
Like a plastic sandwich bag.
You know little plastic tags?
Yeah.
In the here's what's fucked up about this situation. So I ate at that Burger King a couple of times. It's always like whatever, it's fucking Burger King. And then I got a Whopper once, and there's like these little flat plastic tags that
on bread
that hold bread together.
Yeah. You twist it all. You clip it together.
Not like the twisty ties, but the little square.
No. I know, but I'm saying you twist the bag together and you put that on the top of it.
Yeah, so that was like dead center in the middle of my Whopper. I bit into it, and I was like, okay, that's a fucking choking hazard. And what was fucked up about that is it's for bread, right? They don't tie anything else down with that.
Oh, that's true.
And then the date on the tag was expired. So not only they put that in my shit, they're serving expired bread. Now, any normal person would have gone back to Burger King and said, what the fuck is this? I'm never eating here again. But instead...
You gobbled it up.
I went back to...
The burger?
I went to that
back
Burger
for another
King
one.
a fucking week ago.
Did you finish the burger?
That burger? Nah, I was kind of put off by it. I might have finished it the next morning.
I went to an Applebee's in New York, and I remember I ordered a salad, and in the salad there was a cockroach head. It was just the head of it. So I mean, as far as I know, I could have eaten the rest of it, but all I saw was like its two little big eyes staring up at me.
How far were you with eating it?
It was actually pretty early into the salad. I was maybe like, I don't know, like a third into eating it. Maybe just like a third or something like that. What's that?
Did you complain?
I didn't complain. I try to be as polite as I can about this shit. So I did tell the waiter when they came back and they asked how everything was. I had to be kind of dead honest. And I was like, listen, the salad actually tastes pretty good, but I won't lie. And I just pointed at my plate, and I held it up to them, and they were like, what? Is it okay? And then all of a sudden, I'll be back. And then the chef came out. And he apologized, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. Can we get you like a beer or a drink?" And I just looked at him. I was like, "How about another salad? I mean, that'll work too."
I don't know. It's kind of weird. First of all, I rarely to never bitch at I've never complained at a restaurant.
I wasn't complaining at the time. I mean,
I always wonder, like, if you send your shit back and it's like, this is fucked up.
Oh yeah.
And then like you get the second one out.
You're asking for it.
Yeah, seriously.
You're
those dudes are
yourself
pissed in there.
Yeah, I've never met a happy chef in my life.
You did not order a cockroach. In your defense,
I didn't.
You did not order.
And for all you know, you'll give the salad back. They'll pick the cockroach head out and hand it
right back. Yeah, that's true.
When's the last time you've seen somebody making a scene in a restaurant over something? Because Corey and I were at Outback the other night, and there was a boisterous woman and her daughter and granddaughter, and making quite a fuss.
Yeah.
Over
About what?
Let me guess. She had short hair and she was fat.
That's two correct descriptors.
Wow. 2 for 2, not bad. Actually, there was an occurrence. It didn't happen so long ago. Oh, sorry, but what happened with this lady?
Oh, she ordered a bloomin' onion. She's like, man, that was burnt. I'm not saying what ethnicity.
She was.
That could have been anybody saying it
She
like
was
that.
pale and ginger.
But she was like, man, this is burnt. And the waiter's like, ma'am, this is just how they look, ma'am. He's like, yeah, I don't think so, ma'am.
You know what? In fairness, the last two or three times I went to Outback and we got a bloomin' onion, they were like way darker than I remember them being.
See, now you're being racist.
Yeah, I think
Well, anyway.
Jeff, the way you told it, you stood up and said, "You're dark, you're burnt," to the woman.
I was just whispering to Corey. I was
Yeah.
like, Corey, check it out. And the waiter's like, ma'am, there's nothing wrong with that. And then she still made him take it back.
Jeff, you and
he
I
rolled his eyes all the way back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
You and I went.
They come back out with a frozen.
You and I went to a
one.
Vietnamese place one time, and there was a mother scolding her child over his grades very loudly.
Oh yeah.
I really was like, man, what a fucking bitch. She's just one of those moms, and she's just gonna be a. She
was a young child,
She was.
too.
I know. He was like. He was 10. Your grades don't matter when you're 10, dude. I mean,
If you're Asian,
kind
they
of.
do.
No, she was
If
a
you have
white lady.
bad
She was like,
grades when you're a kid in
Jason,
Asia,
you need to
They'll just drop you down a well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important.
hit you with the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave that shit at home, man.
Yeah.
She was
trying
doing
to
it
eat.
loudly. I was just like, I really was wanting to be like, dude,
That's exactly
die
what.
someday.
That's not even
Go to a
fucked up for
funeral.
the kids' sake. That's fucked up for everybody that's trying to eat.
That's
like,
right. Because when I go out, I'm also paying for a meal. I'm paying for like ambiance and relaxing time, you know, or to have some fun with some friends. But recently, when I was in Minnesota, there was
Listen, you Chinese cunt.
Yeah.
Take your kid home and shut the fuck up. I'm trying to eat my pad thai and peace.
there was a gentleman with us in our group, and I guess they carded him, and he was a little older, and he was not appreciative of being carded. Now, I've worked in a restaurant. I know that they have to card you. It doesn't matter if you're fucking 95 years old, if their manager's watching, especially this person was clearly new. You could tell very quickly that they were kind of nervous about the whole situation. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, can I see your ID? And he just goes, are you serious? And already it was like, dude, just pull out your fucking ID. It's this person's job to fucking ask you. And he was trying to get a whiskey, and he had a very specific whiskey in mind.
No, wait, to play devil's advocate, how old is this guy again?
He was older.
No.
How
yeah.
old is what
No,
decade?
see,
What decade?
His 50s.
I'm continuing
All
the
right.
story in a second. I'm completely on the other side of that.
I think I am too.
There's one time I was at an airport and I'm sitting at a bar and these two Japanese guys walk up. One is like fucking 90 and the other guy's like 47. And then they're hardcore Japanese and the bartender's like, can I have your ID? And they're like, oh, it's good. And I'm like, and I'm sitting right next
I
to
didn't
the
know
dude.
you could speak Japanese, dude.
Yeah, they all talk like that. And then they didn't understand it. And he's sitting there wasting 20 minutes like, I need your ID.
I understand.
And I showed him my wallet.
Have you ever worked in a restaurant? Have you ever worked in a restaurant?
I get that I get that they have to do it, but where did common sense go out the window? The guy is fucking
Common sense went out the window
years.
when you have a franchise. When I worked at
So
ESPN
card them when
Zone,
you raise an eyebrow to it.
dude,
like,
when I worked at ESPN Zone, you would have Disney, because it's owned by Disney, you would have Disney employees who were spies, and they'd come in and they make sure you did all the right things, that you got their drink order first, and that, you know, you were polite, you greeted them, you told them the specials, all that shit. And one of the things they always did was they would ask for a beverage, and you
But if
always had to card them.
if you live to be like 85, you should be left the fuck alone.
But it is-
how many 15-year-olds are dressing with old man makeup getting free drinks?
This
You know what
isn't
I
a
mean?
debate whether or not they should, or that common sense is out the window. I'm saying that there's a protocol.
protocol,
and you can get fired.
I'm
if
saying
you
the protocol is
don't do it.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm saying the protocol.
I agree.
I'm saying following the protocol is fair, but the protocol itself is stupid.
Absolutely agree. And if that was the discussion that was had at that time, I would have nodded my head and gave him a high five and said, I agree. But that isn't what happened.
Anyways, continue.
So anyways, he, so not only does he, all of a sudden he shows the, what was it? He shows the ID and then, no, fuck, he didn't. Then he goes, you know what, never mind. She goes, oh, that's right. So she asked for the ID and then he just goes, you know what, never mind. And she was so confused. She was like, wait, are you serious? He goes, yeah, no, I don't want anything. I'm not gonna order anything. Like anything. Like he went for dinner. Wanted a drink. They wanted to card him. He was so pissed off. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to get anything.
Oh, little Bob.
And already it's like, dude, we just sat down. I wanted to have a relaxing meal. I didn't get out of my house very often to eat. And this was like the one, they had to drag me out here. And this is exactly why I didn't want to go. So then he goes and talks to the manager at some point. Oh my God,
he's a manager guy.
Yep.
Oh
so then he talks to the manager. He disappears. He's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Disappears. Okay. Comes back.
You're not my friend if you're a manager person. I'll tell you that much.
Give me the manager.
Yeah. So then disappears for a little bit. We continue. I'm kind of like trying to shrug it off, whatever, because you could see the fear in this waitress's eyes. Anyways, so we're getting our food. We've been eating, and all of a sudden, the manager comes by, and he comes on over and he asks how everything is. And this guy is the first one to say, "Well, your service is terrible. I still don't know why I keep coming back to this place." And I was just like, dude,
now,
I had food in my mouth. Like, I'm just trying to swallow. Like, I hate awkward shit like that. Like, it's happening 2 feet from me.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they're making the entire night awkward for everybody so they can
everyone
alpha male
around there.
fucking around
right,
the place.
And especially even in your own party of people. Then, oh yeah, what's that?
Do you think he was oblivious to this? Like how he's
Oh no, he knows exactly.
No, he walks into any restaurant. He's like, oh, everyone catered to me. I'm the man.
I'm king now.
Show off a little. Like,
yes,
it's like alpha mailing.
There was not a single bar.
You call this medium rare? Oh.
Yeah. Anytime we went to a bar, anytime we went to a restaurant, it was either there was a problem with the bartender, waitress, server, manager, the establishment. There was always a problem, and it was always
Nothing's
against
good
him.
enough for this guy.
Right. It was always like they were like focusing on him for it. Anyway, so the manager comes by. He asks how everything is. This guy's like, it's terrible. I don't know why I come here. Your service is a joke. And then the manager puts his hand on the back of his chair, and he says to the guy, he's like, don't put your hand on my chair, asshole. We're not friends. Don't try to act like my friend. And my face is beet red. I have food in my mouth. I'm just about to scream. Like, it's just so awkward and so uncomfortable.
You should have said something. You should have been like,
oh, I did.
Shut the fuck
No. We ended up outside after that. After the manager left, I said right there on the spot, I was like, I can't believe you. I can't believe that it always has to be like this. This is fucking ridiculous. Who the fuck do you think you are? You think you're the only person here? I came out here to enjoy a meal and you fucking ruined it. And then he asked me if I was serious, and he had a really goofy looking face at the time, and I said, I don't know. I can't tell. And then we ended up going outside. Nothing happened, but we talked outside.
To blow each other?
To blow each other.
I asked the other one outside.
No. I said, do you want to take this outside? And he said yes. And I said, all right, let's go.
See, when I was in Outback the other night with Corey, I made them take my pork back. Because this is the weird thing with, just sorry for the tangent, but Outback actually asks you, how would you like your pork cooked? Which no other place does this, but Outback says, and I always panic. I'm like, because you don't want to ever say well done, because that makes you look like and they'll
burn it. They'll give you a
like you never say that with a steak, but with pork. So I risked it. I said, well, how about medium? I'll do it medium.
Oh, dude, no.
It came back.
Yeah.
It was like raw inside.
Yeah.
And I tried eating it. I couldn't do it, and I apologized profusely. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but
pork is less dangerous than chicken. So you could still get.
Yeah, but you say the taste. He doesn't want the taste of it.
It's chewy.
You can still get pink pork in the middle, but
it was beyond pink. It was just dark. It was not edible, but to me. But
so then what happened?
I just apologized profusely, and there was no problem. I just felt so guilty about asking her.
So you're like the polar opposite, then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never want to make a scene. I never want to be condescending to waitresses or waiters.
Not to their face, at least.
I worked in fast food, so I try when I eat fast food or when I eat any place. I try to be as nice as I can, because I realize how fucking terrible working at any place like that. Food is honestly the worst place to work at sometimes.
It is.
But what was I gonna say? I went to
Plus, you don't want to fuck with those people because they're dealing with your food.
Yeah, no. If you see that video of this guy, this asshole on YouTube who goes around to fast food places and he's like, make the burger just like the one in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like when it comes out like kind of sloppy because they have a million fucking customers. He's like, oh, excuse me, I want the picture. I ordered the picture.
Yeah, he thinks he's white knighting for humankind. And
he walks in.
Is this
like is this a YouTube prank guy?
No,
it's not a prank.
Or is he like a YouTube autism?
Well, as far as I can tell, I've seen a couple of guys do
prank,
this.
but it's
they go in and they're like, I want it to look exactly like the picture. Yeah. And then he turns and looks in the camera and he's like, I'll show you guys how it really looks. And everyone's like, dude, you're a fucking douchebag.
We've all had him before. It's not like you're surprising any of us.
It's supposed to have this attitude of like, yeah, let's keep these guys, make them work harder. They're slackers. But it's like, dude, you fucking asshole. You're making money on YouTube making videos like this.
Yeah.
These people are over a shitty hot grill all day, you fucking asshole.
And that's the other thing, too. It's a machine.
Make it look like a picture.
Like most people, like... For example, Corey's dad is a fucking cunt. He's one of those guys that goes to places and he's the guy that throws a steak across the restaurant.
Yeah, I heard he flips tables.
Clarify that, Corey.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
See, it's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they don't understand the process of how a kitchen works and how the front end works and how... And you could scream in a waitress's face.
That's right, but they are the last. They're the messenger. That's it.
Yeah. So like, what is this shit? And you're like ruining her day for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
I guess that's why the manager guys exist. But then it's like, what is the manager?
It's true, but the servers are the ones who get the full brunt of any.
Shitty chef.
Yeah, if a meal's great, a lot of people, not everyone will be like, they'll be like, hey, you tell the chef they did a great job, or go back into the kitchen, let them know that was great. But it's like with a server, I mean,
and then last I checked, they make less than minimum wage, and you still got those cunts that go, and I said cunt like 9 times in this thing. It's rolling off my tongue now. But then you still got those gentlemen that they get a shitty meal from the chef or the sous chef or whoever fucking made their food, and they say, I'm not tipping her shit because she didn't. Because I hated my food, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about?
She grabbed it and walked it over to you, dude.
Like she did a fine job. You can't, and it's like,
Unless here's where you can't tip a waitress. If she gives you the wrong order, she fucking fumbles and throws the food in your face, and she calls you an asshole. Then don't tip her.
Don't tip a waitress if she's a shitty fucking waitress and a total bitch. It's simple.
There are times when the whole experience gets ruined, though, and then it has nothing to do with the servers or the food or anything. Like, there's people yelling or complaining next to you, and the whole time it ends up ruining your entire meal experience, and you just want to get the fuck out, and you're like, dude, fuck this place. I'm never coming back here again. Then you end up taking it out on the server. I'm not saying we do. I'm saying I'm sure that happens.
No, we
sometimes.
did. We were at TGI Friday screaming about fart clouds and ruining everybody's meal.
Yeah, Zach was just screaming as loud as he could.
Not me.
Tell me, Corey, what's the difference between a brown fart cloud and a green fart cloud?
Lies.
Oh my God!
Absolute
what do you mean lies? Now
Nick was sitting there with chopsticks, and I was like, "Please, Chinaman, keep it down." For us civil white men.
No one believes you, Zach.
Be on your best behavior.
Everyone believes me.
And this handsome black African American gentleman sitting right next to us put his fork down. He was like, "I'm never eating here again."
Yep.
What about...
All I could taste is fart clouds, baby. And then he got up and walked out.
Actually, he turned to us. He's like, "Actually, the difference between a green fart cloud and a brown fart cloud is the green ones are sour. You're all liars."
Good day, gentlemen.
Why don't we talk about the opposite end of the spectrum, something I've experienced, about people who, instead of being mean to the waiter, they're a little too friendly, and they
creepy.
They engage in a little too much banter with the waiter. Like the waiter can't get away from the table because the person will not stop.
Oh, they see their name tag? Hey, Andrea, how's it going?
Like they're telling them their life story every single time they come over. Do you know the experience?
I've seen it happening, and I'm like, "Where's my food?"
Let's just say I experience it every now and then.
Have you seen the guys who think the waiter's hitting on them or the waitress is hitting on them because they're being polite?
And some of that
it's like, hey, I'll have being flirtatious at the very least.
And some of that revolves around it sucks when you go to a new restaurant, but then people are focused on the regulars, and they're like, they're sitting down having fucking conversations. You're like, God damn, man, I just ordered a grilled cheese sandwich.
No, and you know it too, because like they'll be having their little clever banter, their familiar friends, and they're all talking and they're smiling and laughing, and then they turn over to you and their face goes stone cold blank. What do you want?
It's like, listen, a fucking beer. What the fuck do you think I came here for? Jesus Christ. Why is it so complicated? The end.
Hold on.
This has been SleepySecrets. Sayonara, my nigga.